This script was almost written by an AI. Thankfully, we caught the bastard before it could put in a bit about how it's a large language model and doesn't have any feelings. Once you kick it to the curb, how does that feel, huh?
Question, can we say bastard that quick in that video?
I just did.
Okay.
Microsoft has announced that it will stop selling Windows 10 product keys through their own website at the end of this month. Because firing 10,000 employees wasn't enough, the company had to go and fire its most widely used operating system too. I mean, it makes sense. Microsoft is gearing up for the future of tech, which is why these layoffs were mainly in the AR and VR spaces. Mixed reality, it's just not the cool buzzword anymore. AI is. That's why I said it in the intro. Sorry, Meta. You chose poorly. And even more Microsoft news that makes sense given the market conditions and industry trends. The company confirmed rumors that they would invest billions more dollars in OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. There's going to be even more ads in Windows 11, but they'll almost seem like they were written by a tiny human trapped inside the computer. You know, you gotta do what we did, find them, get them out of there. They're not good.
Free them, they're traps.
Although Windows 10 is going to be supported until 2025, you'd better hurry if you actually want to buy a legit copy and not have to deal with that stupid watermark on your screen. The last time we got a rumor about a new Nintendo Switch, we were left feeling disappointed, as the refreshed model didn't get too much more than an OLED screen.
And ironically, no refresh rate update.
No, hardly any other updates. But now it appears that Nintendo might be gearing up to give us something very different, as a report out of Japan indicates that Nintendo is negotiating with suppliers for parts for its next console. Details on who these suppliers are and what changes we could expect to see are non-existent at this point, but I'm thinking here, I'm gonna pitch you something. Flattened black box, big X on it. Or...
Is The Rock gonna be there?
Absolutely. Rumors point to Nintendo planning a late 2024 release, and while less than 2 years from now isn't a long time, the original Switch has been out for nearly 6 years, and its NVIDIA Tegra chip is even older than that.
It's lost its integrity.
Exactly. We need to bring back some real Nintendo innovation. Just launch the Wii U again. Just bring it back. ASRock has announced an expansion card for PC motherboards that effectively changes one chipset into another. It's like a motherboard for Animorphs. That's a reference. Specifically, the card gives a B650 motherboard basically the same capabilities as an X670 model, adding a pair of PCIe 4.0 X4 slots, 4 additional USB ports, 2 SATA ports, and even a 10 gigabit Ethernet port. It pulls this off by basically duplicating the chipset that's already on the motherboard. But don't get too excited, as this card is currently just a sample the company is using to see if there's actual market demand for this. I mean, the fact that most of the key components in desktop PCs are upgradable is seen as a huge advantage, but some people might just prefer to pay full price for a new motherboard. That's a quote from executive number 4.
You mean instead of buying a motherboard twice and spending more money on it for a worse product?
Yeah, some people want to do that.
Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by the best brand of all time, Seasonic, and their Prime TX 1000 watt power supply. It's a great choice if you're building a high performance system with its 80+ titanium rating, which means less power gets wasted during power conversion. And that's nice. That's good power leaking out of those holes, baby. You don't want that. The Prime TX 1000 is also fully modular and features both hybrid fan control and fluid dynamic fan bearings to reduce overall fan noise. We love a silent king. And on top of all of that, it comes with a 12-year warranty. You'll be gaming on the Wii U by then anyway. Learn more at Seasonic.com or through the links below.
Good job, Jacob. Now's the part where we do quick bits.
What?
Yeah, have you heard of those?
What are those?
I'll show you. Apple has just released iOS 16.3, which comes with a handful of new features, but the biggest one is that it now supports physical security keys for two-factor authentication. Don't get us wrong, that's a great feature, but it would be more impressive if Google hadn't already supported this for years. Wow! Shots fired by John, the other guy that writes these scripts. CNET has stopped using AI authors after a controversy in which proper disclosure was not given to readers conspicuously enough, and the AI itself made factual errors. Not great when you're writing about tech news as an AI bot. Trust us, we would know.
We have eyes.
Although Apple has released an updated HomePod, you'll be disappointed if you're wanting a refresh of the little sibling, as a report from Apple insider Mark Gurman indicates they're not working on a new HomePod Mini.
The
He says no HomePod Mini.
What? What?
Everything out of the germ hole
Wormhole's closed?
it's open
Okay.
and it's fresh. I guess we won't get another chance to discover that there's been a secret sensor inside another humble, unassuming Apple product which we've owned for years. It's either a fun or terrifying secret, depending. You have to find out. Spotify is laying off around 6% of its workforce, or roughly 600 people, as the company's CEO admitted he was too ambitious in trying to grow.
Just the mods for the Joe Rogan podcast then.
He shouldn't have ordered those hormones online. It looked like the pandemic gave them good reason to keep growing, as more people stayed in and listened to music, but the current economic crunch has forced the Swedish company to tighten their belts. I feel like I only listen to music when I'm out. And what do you do when a system designed to be green just sucks up more resources? This is exactly the situation a high school in Western Massachusetts has been facing for over a year now, as its approximately 7,000 lights have all been switched on since August 2021, and no one could turn them off. See, the software that runs the system crashed that month, but the replacement parts are finally set to arrive in February. Now, however, the school has to remain in darkness for a year to even things out. And don't remain in the darkness of your mind. Come back on Wednesday for more tech news and turn up the slider on the wall light control of knowledge.
Or just press the button.